Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. RB Shard for the final main show segment of this E3 teardown. I'm heading up on Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo, where do I begin? Okay, anybody who was listening again to the live show, I didn't do a live show on Sony. I did one on Microsoft and Nintendo. Will probably be very aware of my opinions on this matter, because Nintendo was a really, really, really big disappointment this year. I mean, holy fucking balls. I did not expect this level of bullshit and that many lies to be streaming from Reg's face. But, here we go. Basically this year, Nintendo's conference... I don't even know what the fuck they were playing at this year. I really don't. To be honest, the Nintendo conference this year smacked to me of a kid who basically rushed their homework the night before. It's like they came to the conference with fucking nothing. They wasted the first 25 minutes with a fucking orchestra playing Zelda music. Now don't get me wrong, Zelda music's good and all, but there's a certain point where it gets ridiculous. And that point was when they bring out the creator of Zelda, have him stand on stage, open an invisible magical fucking chest, and have the orchestra play the appropriate soundtrack. What the hell? And they didn't even do it once, they did it twice. What the fuck does that have to do with video games? Oh, well, we're now doing the Zelda orchestra. You can blow my shiny fucking codpiece, Reggie. Up yours. Fucking Zelda orchestra. I should bitch slap you into oblivion. Asshole. Ugh. And then, of course, what they do, they announce 5 Zelda titles. 5. We fucking counted. 5. And all of them are remakes of previously released games. Way to pull the lazy chair there, fucking Nintendo. Yeah, we're gonna do some more fucking Zelda! Like there hasn't been enough of that bullshit. And I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but to be honest, I have had this argument a couple of times with a few people, friends and enemies alike. Basically, well, Nintendo's the best games company. They're not, okay? They haven't fucking innovated a single thing since 1986. They're using the same fucking franchises over and over and over again with no new IPs. This makes me cry. I mean, there's plenty of good games Nintendo could be revamping. They have a fucking extensive back catalogue from the 1980s that they could quite simply bring to the new millennium, but they're not. They keep beating on Zelda and Mario, because of course, as I called it, there was another frickin' Mario Kart. Ugh. Mario Kart for me hasn't changed since the N64. What the hell? Seriously, Nintendo. Grab your fucking nuts, man up, and release a new IP. The last new IP they released was frickin' No More Heroes, and that's already had a sequel. You know, brick. But new IPs. Or at least give the fans what they've been fucking demanding for God knows how long, and release a new version of Pikmin. Anything. Stop beating frickin' Zelda and Mario to death. Seriously, at this point it's kind of like mascot cruelty. Holy balls. No, but they basically they didn't release a lot of new stuff for the Wii. Like I said, there's the Zelda titles. There was a re-release version of Luigi's Mansion, which looked kind of nasty actually. There was a Star Fox for the 3DS, but again, it's not a new Star Fox. It's a remake of Star Fox 64. They basically just went Star Fox 64 3D. And the one feature they were talking about with that one was the fact that you can see, with the cameras on the 3DS, you can also not just see or hear the people you're playing with, you can also see a little picture of their face flying alongside their ship. And I just have to say, how long is that going to be before it's perverted into dongo vision? That's right. How many people? I mean, you know what happens. You put cameras on something where someone can transmit their genitals across the interwebs, that's going to happen. There should be like a rule, like Rule 34, but requires genitals on webcams. Because if there's a webcam, someone's going to put their junk on it. Just a fact. It happened on fucking Uno. It happens on all sorts of fucking things, devices like this, so it's going to happen on the frickin' DS, I guarantee it. Unless they have like some sort of genital filter. Fuck knows what that is. But not a lot of new titles from Nintendo. I mean, like I said, no fucking new IPs. They basically announced another Smash Bros, but didn't show anything about it. Basically said, oh, it's going to be on the 3DS and the Wii U. Oh yeah, that's right. Everybody who thought Project Cafe was going to be some fucking awesome 3 HD freaking console. Guess what I freaking called it? Told you it wasn't going to be what you guys were thinking. Told you it was going to have touchscreen technology. Wasn't a fucking... Sorry, right, at this point I'm going to have to rage out because as far as I'm concerned, the Wii U is not a console. It's a fucking handheld. Now, for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, oh, well, sure, it's an HD Wii. It's going to be able to play Darksiders and Colonial Marines and all these other games they showed. Bullshit! Okay, my problem with this conference was that the fact that they basically announced the Wii U, but didn't show it. They basically came on stage without anything in their hands. They basically emptied their pockets, a fucking packet of bubble gum and 2 nickels fell out. Alright? They had no prototype on stage. They had no demos for what the console is actually capable of. Even on the freaking stage floor, the show floor, sorry. The games that people were playing the Wii U on were not new games. They were fucking Super Mario Brothers. It's kind of hard to judge a console's processing power when all it has to do is freaking render the Mario Brothers. Really? But a lot of people are like, oh well, it's revolutionary, it's a touchscreen. Dude, have you seen the fucking size of that thing? It's bigger than your forearm. And it's supposed to be, oh well, it's got like a 6-inch screen on it. Big fucking whoop. My dick's bigger. Alright? I don't give a flying fuck how big the screen is or whatever the freaking thing is, right? The demo they showed of how this thing was going to feature is basically a guy walks in and goes, I'm going to watch some baseball. The guy's like, okay, I'm going to stop playing my Wii game. Turns the TV off. The guy sits there and picks up his thing and starts playing the thing. Right, okay, first off, that doesn't happen in my house. Anybody freaking walks in there and says, by the way, I'm going to turn off your game and watch the TV, they get hoofed in the nuts. I'm using the fucking TV. You can blow me. But, I mean, it aggravated me. I'm sorry. This really aggravated me. They're calling this a console. It's not a console. And it's not even a handheld. Because you can't even leave the room to use it. It's not like you can say, oh, you're playing Super Mario Brothers on your console and then you want to go take a dump. And so you want to continue playing because you're really into the stage you're on. It doesn't work. As soon as you leave the room, this thing has like a freaking like a 10-meter radius. So as soon as you leave your room, you can't use it. That's it. It has to stay connected. You have to be in the same room with the TV and the console. So my point is, what the fuck is the point in the massive fucking screen on the handheld controller? The other thing that irritated me is like some of the tech demos they showed of it. None of it was real. All of it was either CG concepts or concept art. None of it was real. They didn't show any actual gameplay of this. So also, like, just a quick pointer, Nintendo had a grand total of 4 minutes of actual gameplay in their entire fucking conference. 4 minutes. And none of it was live demo. It was just gameplay. So they had no live demos at all, no stage demos. 4 minutes of gameplay in total for an entire hour conference. Bullshit. But again, the stuff they showed, one of the tech demos was really retarded in my opinion. It was like a showing of Wii Sports using the Wii U, where somebody actually put the console, air quotations, I don't have fingers on my Spartan, but fuck it, air quotations, you put the console on the floor, right? You with me so far? Then you grab the Wiimote, as if it's a golf club, you look down at the floor and there's a golf ball and some sand on the freaking console. You then swing and hit it. You hit it. Right? Get with so far. You hit the golf ball with the Wiimote onto your TV. Does that not just seem very overly fucking complicated for playing a game? Are Nintendo that convinced that the human imagination has died? That we can't imagine there's a golf ball? Because, I mean, Wii Golf is pretty easy to understand as it is. Why do we need this added bullcrap? Why the fuck do you have to put it on the floor? Sorry. It mind boggles me that it's that fucking stupid. And the fact that they showed nothing about it. They didn't show... Unlike Sony at least demoed their new console. They brought it out. They showed people. They showed games. They showed its features. Right? The Wii U isn't even due for release until 2013. That's 2 years away. Why the fuck are you demoing a fucking concept, Nintendo? It's like, hey, I just plucked this idea out of my ass. Let's go for it. Ah! And then the worst insult was they showed a bunch of gameplay footage that they said this console will be able to play these games. It showed Aliens, Colonial Marines, Battlefield 3, Darksiders 2. It showed all these games. And then, right, all the Nintendo fanboys jizzed over this concept, right? Again, third-party games really shouldn't be at a freaking developer's, shouldn't really be at a Nintendo showing, but it's there. And then, if you actually used your fucking eye and you're not a Nintendo fanboy who's actually blinded by all the Nintendo bling and Reg's lying face, then you could see, on the sort of segment of trailers they had, it said, not actual gameplay footage. And then, the following day, Nintendo admitted that the footage was not from their Wii U console, because their Wii U console hasn't been constructed yet. The prototype that's on the shop floor is a gutted Wii. Right? But anyway, what they said is the footage wasn't even taken from the Wii U. It was taken from the PS3 and Xbox 360 beta builds of the games in question. Right? To me, that is freaking bullshit. Okay? You do not show up to E3 with nothing. You do not show up to E3 with a fucking concept. It's like, hey, check out this idea I scribbled on a fucking napkin yesterday when I was sitting in Starbucks with a raging boner because I managed to order a fucking coffee and their crazy coffee speak without stuttering or dribbling on myself. Fuck you, Reggie. Your lies are pissing me off. Okay? Not impressed with Nintendo at all this year. They fucking bombed, in my opinion. Now, I know for a fact there's going to be Nintendo fanboys with raging game-o boners that are going to try and skull-fuck me in the ear because I'm bitching on their fucking favorite franchise. But to be honest, if you are really that much of a Nintendo fan, you know I'm right. You know they haven't innovated. You know they haven't changed the game up enough for it to be considered new. And you know for a fact that this Wii U console concept bullcrap was a failure on their part. If you're going to announce a console, you need to show us something about it. Not show a CG trailer of a bird flying to a tree, then flying past some fish! That is not freaking worth it. You have to show gameplay. You have to show what this console is going to be capable of. Features. Demos. Not show up and say, yeah, well, here's the Wii U. Really? Where is it? Oh, it's in cyberspace. It's a magical idea. Look, it's on the Jumbotron. Look, that's what it looks like. Anybody who knows how to use fucking Photoshop could have made up those pictures. Okay? They didn't have it. They came up, had nothing, and basically expected you all to gobble down their shit. Now, if you're that fucking stupid and you bought all this crap, fair dues to you. You're a dumbass. Well done. But until Nintendo actually comes out on stage and shows this shit, shows this console, and shows what it's actually capable of, and actually has like a copy of AVP or freaking Colonial Marines or Battlefield playing on that thing, I am not buying their claims of an HD game console. They can suck it. Till they can prove otherwise, Nintendo fails horribly. So this year, the word that best suits Nintendo, fail. Hardcore fail. Anyway, that's me. I'm going to do my ratings. So you guys stay tuned. There'll be more stuff in the following video. And peace out.